Hello, Moment friends! Anding here for another episode of March of the King. When we last left off, we had the most annoying quest I think I have had in a long time, where this instance was just not cooperating at all. And it took like an hour, basically, just to do this instance. Not fun at all. But the good news is we're now making our way further through March of the King, and we're able to just defeat foes on Pelennor and explore the wall and move on past that quest. Okay, we're now going to be checking the wall of Minas Tirith. Patrolled this section of the wall and apparently didn't see anything. That's great. Patrolled this section of the wall. Oh man, this quest text is so interesting. I tell you what. Patrolled outside the main gate. Well, that's great. Patrolled this section of the wall. Patrolled in the entirety of the outer wall. Well, that's great. Okay, we just need 2 more foes on the Pelennor, and then hopefully we'll be done with Pelennor field stuff. I'm really hoping we're getting close. Oh man. I was enjoying this so much, but that last instance just took so much out of me, I think. Oh man. Okay, let's return to Amir.
Good. I am glad to see that very few foes still dare to come close to the city walls. Thank you, champion. Each passing day, the Pelennor fades from the hands of the enemy and returns to the kingdom of Gondor.
Alright, I guess that's the end of all these quests. I suppose we're now good to head on to Osgiliath. Finally! Thank goodness. I guess we're not going to take out the foes at Car Andros. They're just going to leave it there, move on, and focus at the main enemy, which is, of course, Sauron and Mordor. So we gotta go and face that head on. So let's go ahead and go, and just imagine that the March of the King happened now instead of previously, and that we are now into Osgiliath, and I think Aragorn's actually moved on past Osgiliath a little bit. So let's just imagine that we're over there in that area. Okay, so we now need to search for rangers in Osgiliath and talk to Peregrine Took. So let's go ahead and do all that stuff. Alright, let's talk with this ranger.
Andang, it is good to see you again. When last we spoke, Osgiliath was lost to the enemy, and the war was at the doorstep of Minas Tirith. We have watched the tides of battle turn from atop the Dome of the Stars. We slew coward orcs as they fled the battle, attempting to take shelter in the ruins. But tell me, what word do you bring out of the White City?
You tell Mablung of the battle and Aragorn's plans to march to the Black Gate.
If this is the path they will march, then there is much to be done here in Osgiliath first. But before we speak of those matters, talk to the other rangers here with me. Glad here, Mirthel, and Arondor in particular. It has been too long, and they will surely be glad to speak with you again. Many of the buildings in Osgiliath are no longer standing, or are partially collapsed from the conflict here. I would like you to search the few remaining structures for any supplies you might find. The Easterlings or Haradrim may have stashed some supplies in these buildings before they marched on the Pelennor. I hope that no foes remain in these buildings.
Yes, let's hope that no foes remain in the buildings, because it's clearly that there's just no chance that there would be any foes remaining in any of the buildings. I mean, there's no way.
Well met, Andang. When I saw the darksome clouds finally give way, I shed my fears of the evils lurking in the Morgul Vale. I feel in my heart these great lands are not truly threatened any longer.
Well, keep thinking that, buddy.
I cannot thank you enough for rescuing me on your journeys. It seems the secret of my capture did not stay a secret for long. Many a good-natured jest has been made at my expense. Still, I have kept true to my oath, and give my all to thwarting the enemy at every turn. It is good to have you back upon the eastern banks of the Anduin. It was my honor to scout events of the battle before Minas Tirith and report back to Mablung. Many of us wished to join the fray, but wisdom and discipline counseled we few would better serve Gondor here. And truly, many a hurried messenger and routed, retreating foe fell to our hands.
Alright, time to talk to Mablung.
Now then, let us speak of securing Osgiliath. We have done much to sweep the foes from this place, but some still remain. While they do, they are a threat to the rear flank of Aragorn's host, to the guard of Minas Tirith, and to my men here. To truly purge our enemies here, we will need your help, my friend.
Of course you will. Well, we will do that, buddy. Alright, first building, here we come. Here are some supplies. Wow. Look at that Dome of the Stars outside the Dawnless Day. Just incredible. This whole side of the dome has been taken out. That is crazy. Look at that. Alright, here are some supplies. Okay, there's 6 and here's 7. Luckily there were 2 right next to each other. I'm guessing that there will be 3 in the final building, which means that we should be good on supplies from the Dome of the Stars. Hey, there's supplies outside. Well, would you look at that? I didn't realize that. Oh, those are different supplies. You've found some abandoned Haradrim supplies. Well, that's great. Okay, Palace of Eldacar. Well, this one was fairly easy. All 3 just right here. No problem. I like that. There we go. Now we can go and talk to Mablung.
Good. You found some of the supplies and saw that the buildings were clear of enemies. These goods will be most useful for us in the days and weeks ahead. I am certain that there are enemies still out there in Osgiliath. Search the city and find these craven lurkers. We must clear the city of foes if we are to truly reclaim Osgiliath for Gondor.
Alright, fine, buddy. We will go and take care of these enemies. This ranger hideout got cleared out. Nobody is here anymore. That's actually pretty cool. Whoa, you can actually go further in here now. It's awesome that you can go down here. This is where the whole instance was. Let us tap in, let us tap in. Come back, come back. Yes, we tapped in. Alright, 2 out of 10. That is pretty cool that they let you go throughout this whole instance now, just in the landscape. There are so many players in here that I don't even know if there were enemies back in here. Oh man. There we go, defeating all the enemies back in here. There we go, 10 out of 10. Let's make our way back out. Okay, Mablung. Good work. Though I fear there are many more. Mirthale has spotted movement among the shadows on his watch. Still, you have made a dent. And yet we must not lower our guard. Tell me, Andang, have you crossed paths with anyone not clearly of the enemy's army since you entered Osgiliath?
Mirthil spotted 2 cloaked figures entering the city not long before you arrived. While you were out hunting hidden enemies among the ruins, he spotted 2 figures again. Will you try to find them for us? For if they be not friends, I tremble to think what they are, or what trouble they might cause us.
Alright, friend or foe. Well, that will not be until next time. Thank you everyone so much for watching this episode, and I'll see you again real soon for another episode of March of the King.